So we were up to Mark Radcliffe coming in, yeah, and he brought in Ronnie Wood, yeah.
Yeah, Roy Wood.
Roy Wood, sorry.
Yeah. And they did that program about the top records.
Oh yeah, Happy Birthday.
And then he regularly used to buy pre-war stuff off us, marketed and stuff like that. And another time he came in, a few times anyway, he had a bloke with him who I didn't recognise, and the customer was Jimmy from Formby said, that's Mark Radcliffe. I said, I know. He said, that's Noddy Holder.
Noddy Holder?
Yeah. And last time I seen Noddy Holder, he had all funny hats on and platform shoes and,
straggling hair and all that.
Yeah. Noddy Holder. Noddy bought a 70s Gretsch off me and the 70s Martin. Bad guy.
Yeah. So Noddy Holder, 70s Gretsch.
And the 70s Martin.
70s Martin.
He came in again on his own a while after. A few months later, I can't remember. And bought a Gibson off me, Gibson Solid. I recognise him now. So I said to Noddy, that's 3 you bought from me now, Noddy. He said, I bought 6 from you.
So you hadn't noticed the other 3 times he's been in?
Never, and I obviously didn't recognise him. And he didn't go, do you know who I am? Deep done them do, you know.
Why wouldn't you do,
yeah? The only one, he sort of was a bit like that, was Pete Doherty. He bought a Gibson 30s guitar from me, a Gibson 50s guitar, and a Fender banjo, an American Fender banjo from the 70s. But he was more like, he didn't actually say that.
Kind of.
Didn't say that, actually. He was not so fella. But I've said lots of famous people in since. And in 97, Dave Rogers, Dave's Guitar Shop in America, this old friend over there, first dealt with over the phone in the early days. He said, come to shows, guitar shows. And the first one I went to was 97 in Arlington, which is Dallas, really. Texas, yeah. And I met him for the first time. Didn't know what he looked like because it wasn't the internet.
You just spoke to him on the phone,
Yeah, just on the phone, yeah. And I dealt with him for years and years, 8 or 9 years on the phone. And I went 150 times to America in 19 years from then.
Right.
I've been to Dallas 40 times. There's 2 Dallas shows, different times. So I've been to 20 each. Been to North Carolina and South Carolina 20 times each. I've been to Philadelphia 40 times.
Did you have a store at the shows?
I had a stand, yeah.
So you had to say, do you with you to...
I didn't have any stuff with me.
Right.
I just had a table with, we buy this, we buy this.
Oh, right, I get
all
you.
Signs, we buy Gretsch, we buy Martin,
Yeah.
We buy this, we buy that, we buy that. All signs.
Mm-hmm.
And people would come to my table, punters, American private people, want part exchange or sell stuff. Yeah. I didn't have anything to part exchange. I just there to buy. And I buy 35, 40 guitars at the show, which would be a weekend. And then at the end of the show, there's shuttling people that come and pick the stuff up, and I go straight to the airport, fly back overnight, and I was in the house at 9:30 the following day, and I watched the football for the weekend. I recorded with a box, and I was at the shop at 12:30,
Yeah.
And people said to me, "Why don't you have a day off?" I said, "I've slept on the plane."
Why'd you day off?
And No. I was only up for as long as the show was on, which is Thursday. I got there Thursday
business
night.
Then,
Except for the bar at night. I didn't do any tourism, and went 150 times. 150 times in 19 years. And then the COVID came along, and
before you go into that, what was what was the best thing you bought? From all these private people bringing you this, that, and the other, what was the best one? Or do you just
stacks of stuff?
Oh,
Usually. There's one guitar I wish I'd kept myself. I'm not saying it's the best thing, but to me, it's the best sounding dreadnought I've ever heard. And it's called a Mossman.
Mossman, yeah.
Small make made in Kansas, originally Kansas. And then Stuart Mossman, the old company, had some financial trouble. So I had some of the early Mossmans. And then he died, and when he went out of business, he was taken over by someone in Texas. So this one was a Texas Mossman. And it's called a Troy Casey. It said that Troy Casey was the owner's son. So it was made for his son.
Right.
And I remember thinking, I wasn't really playing much at the time, so I was having trouble as I do now. And a little bit, it was getting worse. And so I didn't bother. I already had something at Martin D35 anyway, which I liked. And on my Vega banjo, still had. And I'm not really a collector, you know. So when you collect guitars, I said, well, I can always start a collection any time. Go to America 7 times a year.
Yeah.
And we've got a small bungalow, and there's nowhere to put them anyway. So, you know, I'm not going to start moving houses to get guitars, you know.
Big extension for your guitar, yeah.
And I just don't like that idea of having them upstairs or stashed away, you know. So I didn't bother being a collector, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew I could start a collection any time. So I went to a place where
you got the contacts,
Anyway, as I say, the Mossman guitar was a funny story really, because I bought it from someone from East Virginia, a dealer I knew already, and I bought two or three other Mossman guitars at the same time. I think so. Can't remember, but this particular one. Then I dealt with someone in the Shetland Isles named George, who was a fisherman. And I used to send stuff up to him. And he, I mentioned this Mossman guitar because his brother had a Mossman, one of the early Mossmans. And he said, I told him how good it was, you know. He said, and I told him I'd sold it, obviously. He said, well, if you ever get that back in, let me know. It will come back in, I said. It's gone to somebody, swaps and changes every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I knew
people like that,
it's going to come around the circle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it did. So I rang him up. And well, what he did in the meantime, because he thought he felt like he was going to get it, he rang the Mossman company up.
Right.
And the man himself, right? Mr. Casey, right? Now, I didn't know about the Troy Casey, didn't know who Troy Casey was. Which is a model, Troy Casey. Mm-hmm. Well, I thought it was some American country singer, you know. So anyway, so George rang this bloke up, asking about it, and I was, oh yeah, I know that guitar. If you get it, let me know. No, they didn't know what was coming, right? So I rang George up, and he was out on his trawl. I spoke to his missus for a few days in Atlantic somewhere, whatever it was. And when he got back, he bought it off me over the phone.
What?
And I said, George, if this isn't as I've described it, you can have your money back. But you'll love it, you know. So I never go over the top.
Yeah.
So he got it eventually, a few days later. And he rang me. He said, I got the guitar at 2 o'clock. I've been playing it with my brother, with his older Mossman, for 2 hours, and I love it, he said.
Right.
Love it. So he's happy. Rang Mr. Casey up in Texas,
I am listening. Go on. I am listening, Frank. Go on. So he rang him up in Texas.
He said, I've got the Troy Casey. And he said, that's very interesting, he said. That was stolen from my son,
No!
Troy. Right?
Mate!
But, he said, it's okay though, he said. Don't worry about it because that was a special edition of the Texas Plains model, right?
Yeah.
With some extra refinements on it because it was for my son and as he just passed out, graduated.
Right.
As a present. And he took his eyes off her in a bar while he was playing. And he got drunk and he'd forgot about it all. It was stolen. And it's his own fault. Yeah. So I'm cool with it. So he said, I know where it is now. Good luck with it. He's okay about it.
How many years had gone by before it was, since it was stolen to when he got the phone call? I wonder how many years it was.
I'm not sure really. I'm not sure the exact. So it's ended up in East Virginia or West Virginia somewhere in a dealer.
Right.
And I bought it at Dallas show.
Ends up back to Runcorn.
Well,
then to Scotland.
End up in Runcorn. End up in at the end of it though. You know. So George was relieved about that, and I was relieved when he George told me about it. Oh, God,
stolen guitar, yeah.
I bought it genuine off a bloke I knew.
Do you have records of who you bought it off, or did you just?
No, I knew.
Oh, you knew?
Yeah, that's it.
Could have got sticky for you there, couldn't
he? He's a dealer, you know. God-fearing as well. He went to church and everything. I knew him quite well. He's a banjo and guitar dealer, you know, hillbilly as well. Anyway, I really would have bought it genuinely of somebody.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Whatever. And but someone's stolen and it's gone through a system, whatever. They got pawn shop and bought and whatever. And end up from Texas or whatever he's playing at the time when it got stolen. Anyway, George rang me up and he said, told me the story, and I'm going, Mr. B. He said, don't worry about it. The bloke was okay about it because it's his own fault for losing it. He got drunk in the bar and forgot about it, or he took his eye off it or something like that. So anyway, about a year later, George rang me, you know, struggling with the fishing. Yes, them do, you know, the fishing quotas and all this. And he wants to sell the guitar.
Painful.
And he wants to sell a guitar and another one he got from me, which was made in Nashville. He wants to sell that, which he got from me.
I presume these are, you know, premium guitars.
Oh yeah, oh definitely, yeah. Well, the at the time the Mossmans were £12.99. The other one was he paid £1,200 for that. And I said they're worth more now.
Yeah.
But stick another 100 or so on and whatever. And if you sell them, I said I don't want to buy them. I've got plenty of stuff, you know. Mm-hmm. So I got a call from the Isle of Wight, right, from a dealer.
You know, this is Scotland, not the Isle of Wight now, yeah.
Yeah. And he said, hey Frank, it's so from the Isle of Wight. It's rang me before about valuation. A lot of dealers used to ring me for valuations because they didn't. There's no internet around.
Yeah, of course.
Because I dealt in all these old guitars. A lot of dealers rang me from around the country. I've just got a so and so in. You deal in these sort of things. What are they worth? And I said,
of course, yeah.
£1,200 up that. Let's get it all the time. I don't know. They can look on the computer. See everything on there. Anyway, so he rang up and he said, I've got a so and so and a so and so. Oh, you bought them off George? He said, yeah. George has sold them to this bloke now. Right. Anyway, and this fellow's a dealer. Anyway, I said, they're worth more than we paid. He paid £12.99 for one and £12 for the other. They're worth more than that. And I took another £200 on them, you know. Well, the stolen guitar was sold to a bishop in London. So there's a bishop in London playing a guitar.
Stolen guitar.
That's stolen property.
You couldn't like that, could you?
But the person who stole was all cool about it.
Yeah.
Okay. But he doesn't know it's stolen.
Stolen, yeah. Imagine. Gets to them pearly gates and hang on a minute. Okay. Can you go, come here? Imagine.
Yeah, anyway, that was a lovely guitar, you know, really was.
Yeah.
Unknown as in, known. It's in the books and all,
Yeah.
but it was unknown compared to
your average Gibson.
So, anyway, I went to America 150 times, and then when the COVID came along, I cancelled all the shows, and then I got health problems.
Oh, nice.
So I couldn't go anymore. So I started getting plan B was getting new stuff back in again. I had new stuff as well. But I had to get more new stuff because I didn't have that source of buying 35, 40 guitars 7 times a year from America.
Yeah.
And I used to ship some stuff over. Shipping stuff over wasn't working in the same way, so going there to shows, a big show, with loads of dealers and punters who want to sell the stuff is far better. You know?
Yeah.
So the plan B works. It's just different, you know, and so on. But there's no shop that I'm aware of that have got so many famous people through here.
I wonder why that is, though. Is it because you're off the beaten track? Is it because?
I think probably because I had lots of interesting stuff, you know, that other people didn't.
Yeah.
Other people didn't go to America like me from here.
And plus, I was just going to say, you were
a few did in the early days when the exchange rates were quite good. When the exchange rates went down against us, they stopped going. I didn't stop going. When they were really bad against me, I still went and I made it successful. They gave up on it, you know. So no other dealers hardly went from here.
Yeah.
So I was the most frequent visitor from this country to American guitar shows.
Do you miss?
I really miss it.
Miss it, yeah.
Really
I mean, business-wise as well, not just the travel and that.
I just love the whole thing.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't see America. So the airport.
The show and the bar.
And the bar. So I do miss the whole thing.
With regard to not having that revenue line coming in of those 30, 40 guitars, has the business suffered, or as it grew, or with regard to the internet and how you're moving forward, kind of thing?
It's just different, you know, because, you know, obviously
times move on, don't you? You got to evolve and progress.
The thing is, there's not an awful lot of people got loads of used American guitars anyway, you know. A lot of people won't be going for a start off. Exchange rates are terrible anyway, so it makes them expensive, you know, and stuff like that. It's just different and stuff like that. But I would say I was the most frequent visitor. I haven't got proof of this, but I would say so. Most frequent visitor from worldwide to major American guitar shows. There's Japanese used to go, big collectors. Possibly one Japanese dealer may have gone to more shows than me. I don't know for sure on that. But it's definitely the most frequent visitor. Other than that, you know, and that's a doubtful one for that particular Japanese person. But he only dealt in acoustics, you know, and that particular person. So I was the most frequent visitor from worldwide. Because you know the people at the shows anyway. When there's any foreign dealers, there's me and mostly no one else.
If you're going all the time, it's like a circus. Then you get to know everybody on the circuit, kind of thing.
Well, it's say on there, say so guitar company, Germany or Australia or Western. You get to know the regulars. The Arlington show, which is Texas, that was the best show. You sometimes get a couple of foreign dealers there, but not consistently. You know, this was a French bloke who had his own guitars. The Dutch fellow used to buy a few. We saw them now and again, but didn't go to the other shows. They only went to the Arlington ones. So I was definitely the most frequent foreign visitors to American shows, definitely, you know. And so on, but I can't go now because hell, I've accepted it. Lots of them come here, which I do. I still work full time, 50 hours a week, which I want to, you know.
Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, you know, so you're doing something you love, aren't you? And
I enjoy every day.
And you get to talk to people like me every day.
Yeah, that's a problem, yeah. Well, I can write a book. I can write volumes of the characters.
Do you know what? That was one of the other questions I want to ask you. You've met that many people. You've been around the world. Why don't you write a book and put your memoirs down?
I think there'd have to be about 3 volumes available to bookshops I've watched. £9.95 each. Each one will be 1,000 pages.
Yeah.
The world's biggest liar. He doesn't tell lies anymore.
Biggest liar.
We had Mr. Stinky. He's dead and he doesn't stink anymore. And we had Backache, I've got a backache anymore. Because he used to talk about his bad back all the time.
Yeah.
And he's like bad mannered. The reason I'm talking behind his back is bad mannered, really, you know. So in a way, you know, if you're talking to a rep or someone, he'd want to talk about politics or his own subject. Like interrupting when you're talking to a customer, you know, and which is bad manners, isn't it? You know, if he wants to talk to me about a guitar, the rep can wait or someone else can wait, but he interrupt you while you have a private conversation with someone and stuff like that.
Well, you can't do that. It's
stuff like that. But the world's biggest liar has got reserved 70 pages. That's some lies. and the funny as well. The lies, the honesty.
Yeah, it always makes me laugh. You know, someone who's a liar who's got a bad memory is the best thing ever.
I've got a great memory.
Well, you know what, right? You can tell because I thought I have got questions here to ask you. Don't need to. You just.
Yeah, no, I've got a great memory.
Yeah.
I was called a memory man when I was a kid after work on TV. Because he was a memory man. Because he could answer any questions on football and boxing when I was 16, 18. I tried to be a sports journalist, so good sports and
right. Oh, you were saying
that. So anyway, so I show off with my memory, you know. I just remember all totally useless things, like all the names of football grounds and capital cities around the world and phone numbers. And I'm wrangled 50 years.
Your first registration on your first car, yeah.
The in-laws lived on the flat below us in London, so it's over 55 years ago. And my wife was brought up there in London, and she doesn't remember her own phone number from then, but I do. You know, I never rang her because the in-laws live downstairs. I'm not going to ring them downstairs.
Yeah. As you say that, my missus phones me now from downstairs, saying the tea's ready.
and I said to my wife, "Do you remember our phone number upstairs?" She said, "No." Well, I do. You know, totally. And they moved to Hastings. The in-laws moved to Hastings. The pathway now. And my missus used to ring them twice a day. Mum and dad twice a day. And I said, "Can you remember the Hastings number?" You rang it twice a day. She said, "No, I can't."
It's crazy, isn't it? How people...
I just remember it all. And then I forget my wife's birthday.
Don't pay for something.
Not a good idea. She's a card person, you know. But I remember all these things and all sorts. All the most rapid memory, you know.
Don't forget Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Now that's a problem, because if I don't give her a Valentine's card, I mean, I'm 80, nearly 83, she's nearly 82.
You're nearly 83?
83 this year. And she still wants a Valentine's card. And if I don't get her one, she just reminded me. She gets upset.
Oh, right, yeah. It never changed.
And I forget. And when I used to go to the Philadelphia show, summer one, there used to be two, summer and also, a birthday always landed 30th of July, I always landed on when I was over in Philadelphia.
Right.
And
you always send the card to land on a doormat.
Well, I'd make sure it was there for on the sideboard facing
Yeah.
a birthday card. She'd open it on the day when I'm away, and so I forgot once, and it was on a Friday, and she just ring me from here to in America every day, a lot of the time it was, and hello, you're right. And I forgot her birthday. And she's a real card person.
Right.
Really cute card.
My missus does, yeah.
Get Easter cards and even Easter cards you buy.
Easter cards?
Hello card, goodbye card, this card, that card.
Get well soon card.
Well, all the usual stuff. And I did it, I think I did that twice. And another time, I was going on a Thursday morning, and it was just about, I don't know when, about to leave the shop and then it's a birthday on Thursday, Friday, whatever it is. So I went to Co-op on the way home.
Got a card.
I got a card. Just in time, It really upsets her. Just a simple thing. Not after the presents.
It doesn't matter if you've hit it every year. Never miss one, but you miss one,
I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
But she's not after jewellery, she's not after
just that sentimental.
Just
no, you care. That's it.
And there'll be a Valentine card from me.
Right.
No, there will be, yeah. But I'll have to get something. I'll have to go.
I've got a puff for some of them.
Yeah.
I'll cook a nice meal for them.
Okay. I can make toast, so that won't happen with me.
She wants risotto.
Yeah, so.
Anyway, we digress.
But as I say, that's so really people said to me, what will you do with the shop when what happened to the shop? Are you going to sell up? I said no chance, not possible. I said what would happen to when you pop up? And I said, well, my son will get all this.
I was going to say, have you not got like someone to take over your son?
No, my son never took up anything. He works on the oil rigs around the world, and he's never been a musician. He was more into action and stuff.
Was he?
Thai boxing, Marines,
and kids, not like that, no.
No, and my daughter died years ago. She had a guitar, but she wasn't serious about it. But she still got it.
Yeah.
Guitar, But they never really took up instruments, even though his instruments found out it was all the time. Son never took.
Maybe it's because it's there all the time. It's just.
Don't know.
Yeah.
So he would just sell this,
It's an absolute
anyway,
shame.
I'm not going anywhere.
I know you, but one day,
yeah.
we're all not going to be here, and it's going to be an absolute shame if somewhere like this does. Because these places are few and far between now. You've not got your independent music stores on the street corner. You've got like your Andersons and all that. Who've got a massive online presence, and it's going down that way. But the actual person to come in and have a chat to, I myself, I can come in here 6 months ago, a year ago, not see you for a year, and walk through the door and you go, "You're right, Mark."
Yeah.
That person. Is going to go.
We're known for banter in this place,
Yeah, of course.
Banter, all the stuff like that. And people say to me, I've had this a few times, and lots of times, Frank, I'll be upset you. I said, what? Why do you meet him? I said, well, I've been here 5 minutes. I said, yeah. I said, I must have upset you. I said, why?
You haven't insulted me yet.
You haven't taken a piss.
But that, you know what? That's the good thing, isn't it? That you come in, you're expecting a bit of it. All right, Fatty, Well,
the thing is, what I don't like, and is when they take the piss back. Out there, it's hurtful.
Goal!
Out there.
Absolute goal!
Out there, they.
Outside
you're okay, but in here,
yeah, that's it.
My
domain, yeah.
I don't care.
That's it. You can't go through life like you'll have a laugh off.
I don't care. Yeah. But I could write volumes of books on all the just growing up. I can do funnies as far as stories, and
especially in the music scene that you've skated but been involved with, and especially in this city, people want to hear that. People want to know.
Well, there's one. I will go tell me a story about him. I could write sort of loads of words about him. His most disliked customers. We really dislike him. He doesn't know it. He doesn't know it.
That'd be me, yeah. He's sitting here. That'd be me, that, by the way.
No, but he doesn't know it. But I could write some. The stuff is,
So I've got to ask, why? Why is he so disliked?
Well, he's always coming out with stories about himself. He's always having confrontations.
Confrontations in here?
Confrontations, not with us.
Oh.
But I had one with me 30 odd years ago, 40 years ago, and it didn't work. I'm not going to be bullied by
Show everyone you're persuaded.
What, sorry?
Show everyone you're persuaded.
That's it. That's it. I've got a baseball bat.
I've
got a baseball bat. Oh, yeah, I'll use it.
Show this for the camera.
Yeah.
Look. Persuaded.
I have locked people in, which I have.
Yeah.
Right, so, and they're not getting anything from me free. If I want to give it free, that's fine. Yeah. So, not going to get it otherwise. I'll get one of them, if there's two of them. But, no, every story he comes out with, he's knocked them out. Oh. He's knocked someone out.
Oh, no.
And he tried it with me, not for his aggression, but just his attitude years ago. And it didn't work. It's not going to work with me, It's definitely not going to work. And it wasn't a serious thing, but it was when he was up to no good and it didn't get anywhere. You know what I mean? So, without going to the story. And so I haven't done anything to it, but I dislike him intensely, and other people do as well,
He's kind of got a reputation for being.
He's always got a story about someone's did this to him, someone did it.
He's always the hard done to.
Yeah, and
always the victim.
But he gets the back when he knocks him out,
right?
And all this sort of stuff. And Ray, he fisted them knockout, because a lot of people get names from me, nicknames, so I'm the one who starts the nicknames, and then they call that afterwards. I didn't fist it in knockout, I just, it's just so many stories about him, all confrontational stories. Not confrontational with me, with someone.
Yeah, I did this and this happened.
And you know what, and so. So there's several pages just about him. And then Mr. Stinky, there's loads of pages about him. All
Stinky.
But we're a lot of made up stories.
Yeah.
And they're made up stories. There's some truth in some of it, but they end up making up stories and stuff about him. So there's the pages about him. And also, the fellow used to work here, and like part-time with retired civil service, and he's the tightest person.
Oh no, yeah, you told me on the other week, remember?
He's the tightest person who's ever lived in the history of the world. Now that's tight. And also the tightest person who ever will live in the future. Now that's also tight. But he's not
tight. That's not right.
But he's not tight anymore.
Because he's dead. You told me that the other week, yeah.
Yeah. So he'd be in it. You
should put some of your memoirs down,
I sent him, one of my sisters lives in Australia, So I sent her some things about growing up and speak, a little bit about Kirkdale. I can remember, couldn't remember much. And it was just speaking all that. And all the daft things. When you're growing up, all the daft things. And there's a lot of truth in it, but it's a little exaggerated.
Of course, yeah. Embellishments. Embellishments, we call it.
And she made her laugh, So, and I did another one, and some other things and sent it.
You know what?
And I attached it to my sister's email who lives in Runcorn. I've got another sister in Wilson. But all things you'd recognise the things that were in it. You know what I mean?
Because you know the place,
All the different things.
You should do, Frank. You should put something on, even if you just sit there with a tape recorder and record your memories.
I know. There's just stacks of it.
Should do. Because you'll make people laugh and you'll make people cry and you'll make people remember the place and people relate to that. And it's because once you're gone, you're gone. And the story you tell me, every time I come here, you've got a story to tell. So you should do. You should put something down. It's interesting. No, don't come in here for guitars, and you put down for a chat now.
One day when I got time, I'll tell you about the world's biggest liar. Dan, he's dead now, but I liked him. Some people didn't like him, but I think I really didn't like him mainly because if you're talking to a customer, he'd take over. You're not supposed to do that, really.
No. It's your business, mate. You can't.
He meant well. To be fair to him, he meant well. But sort of bad-mannered in a way. But just some of the stuff some of the stuff he come out with,
Yeah. I must admit, I do like. I mean, there's a couple of kids I know, or lads I used to know, who were known for liars, but they had terrible memories. So they'd lie to you one week, and then they come out the next week and say blah blah, and you go, "Hang on a minute."
Well,
that's what you said the other day. You know what I mean?
He had before the COVID, he only bought here, or he only bought better stuff anyway, and he tends to buy here mostly when he could. He wouldn't buy online, no chance of that. And of course, the online was available with the COVID. I was actually closed. I don't do that online now. Didn't want to be closed.
Why don't you though?
I just don't want to. I don't like the idea of it.